Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Friday on the channel, which means it's live album ranking on yet another busy day on the channel. Been a very busy week. So today we're going to look at a great little heavy metal band from America, from Auburn in New York, formed in 1980, and it's the mighty Manowar. Known for their fantasy, sword and sorcery mythology, particularly Norse mythology and Greco-Roman. Very core audience, and known for their real loud and emphatic sound. Some great studio albums and 3 really strong live albums. All 3 of them are very good. They're much better live than in the studio, I think. All these albums feature on bass guitar and keyboards Joey DeMeo, but drums and percussion the late Scott Columbus, guitars and keyboards Carl Logan, and the vocals are done by the mighty Eric Adams, that's been there for forever. What a great vocalist he is. So coming in at number 3 we have their first live album. It came out in 1997. It's called Hell on Wheels, and it was recorded on their world tour of 96-97. This opens up with Manowar from Battle Hymns. Great opening track, some great riffs in this. It's just an all-round good heavy metal track. Next up from Kings of Metal, the title track, Kings of Metal. Just more powerful heavy metal, some great bass here from Joey, absolutely killer. Kill with Power from Hail to England. Now, Hail to England is not a particular favourite studio album on because of the production, but the songs are good, and this just proves it that without all that horrible production in, playing it raw and hard and heavy, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant track. Sign of the Hammer, again another title track from the album, of course, Sign of the Hammer. Brilliant version of that. My Spirit Lives On from Louder Than Hell, another great track. And then we get a piano interlude. Yeah, not the sort of thing you expect on a Manowar live album, but boy, you get one, and it's pretty good. And it goes into Courage again from Louder Than Hell. Absolutely killer track. Then we go to the Triumph of Steel. I love these titles, all heavy and heavy metalish. And it's the Spirit of the Horse of the Cherokee. A great track. Yeah, this is about, all about the Cherokees, and it's a great vocal from as well. You always get a great vocal from Eric Adams, sorry. Brilliant little track. Then we go back to the Hail of the England, another track that sounds 20 times better live. Blood of My Enemies, love that. Hail to the King from Kings of Metal. Chanting and whoa, and the crowd are going wild. Warriors of the World, another great track, self-titled track. Then we go on to disc 2 and we get Wheels of Fire from Kings of Metal, absolutely brilliant version. Metal Warriors from the Triumph of Steel. 2 more tracks from Hail to England, Army of the Immortals, killer version. Black Arrows, fine version of it, the best version. Fighting the World from the same title, brilliant. For the Powerheads from Sign of the Hammer. King from Louder Than Hell. The Gods Made Heavy Metal from Louder Than Hell again. Absolutely dynamic version. Black Wind, Fire and Steel from Fighting the World. Return of the Warlord. I just love these titles from Louder Than Hell. Carry On from Fighting the World. And we end up with a great version of Battle Hymn from Battle Hymns. Now, considering this was recorded from all over the world, it's amazing how they put this together. It's well put together. It sounds like one concert. And this is just a great live album. They gave 110%. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, then coming in at number 2. This is the third most current live album. It's called Gods of War Live. Recorded in 2007 during the world tour promoting the Gods of War album. Eric, Carl, Joey, Scott. We've got additionals on here. We've got Joe Rosler on keyboards and Wolfgang Schmidt on the organ. Once again, it opens up with Man of War from Battle Hymns. Yeah, great version. And we go to the Warriors of the World and a bit of Call to Arms. Brilliant. Gloves of Metal from Into Glory Ride. What a version of that. Each Dawn I Die, another track from Hail to England, which sounds so much better live. Holy War from Fighting the World. Really good ball breaking version of that. Mountains from Sign of the Hammer, another great track. The Oath from Sign of the Hammer. Secret Steel from Glory Roll. Then we have this little track called Son of Williamstown, which is the only place you'll see it is on this album. The Gods Made Heavy Metal, which is just a great track written by Carl and Joey. Brilliant track from Louder in Hell. Die for Metal from Gods of War. What a track that is. Really sounds good live. Kings of Metal. Warriors of the World United. Very heavy metal, sort of fighting the world. Then we go to disc 2. Now all these tracks do come from Gods of War. The Blood of Odin, the Sons of Odin, Glory, Majesty, Unity, Gods of War itself, Army of the Dead Part 2. Brilliant here, these. Odin, Hymn of the Immortal Warriors, just another classic. And the album ends with The Crown and the King from Kings of Metal. Great to hear the Gods of War album live. Brilliant. Great vocals from Eric on this all the way through. Absolutely solid again. There's not much between these, so I'll give this one an RTO ranking of 7.5. But my number one album, live album by Manowar, is from 1998, and it was the Hell on Stage World Tour. Hell on Stage. Same band, Eric, Joey, Scott and Carl. This one opens up from another track from Battle Hymns, but this is Metal Days. Absolutely killer opening track. We stay with Battle Hymns for a bit of the Dark Avenger. Two great tracks off Battle Hymns opening up this set. March for Revenge by the Soldiers of Death from Into the Glory Ride. Absolutely ball breaking track that one is. We stay with the same album for Hatred. Two great tracks. Third track off Into the Glory Ride, The Gates of Valhalla. How many bands have had a metal track called that? Another good one. Hail to England, Bridge of Death, best version of that. Back to the Battle Hymns for William's Tale. You just can't get any better than that. That is a great version. Then we have Guyana, The Cult of the Damned from Sign of the Hammer. Nice to see that live. It's a really good track off that album. The Warrior's Prayer, Kings of Metal. Brilliant. Staying with the same album now for a little while. Blood of Kings, brilliant version. Sting of the Bumblebee, one of my favourite tracks, and it's even better live. Hearts of Steel, classic from Kings of Metal. Masters of the Wind, The Triumph of Steel. Gets an outing on this album. And then two tracks from Louder Than Hell, Outlaw and the Power. And as most of their albums end, their live albums, The Crown and the Ring from Kings of Metal. A really good album this is. Lots of energy. I think this just has the edge. The sound sounds brilliant. This lineup was a pretty strong lineup. And I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. So there we go. We're starting the day with some heavy metal live. And we're going to continue on for the album review, where we're going to look at the brand new album from the mighty Judas Priest, Invincible Shield. So join me for that later. Bye for now.